Hey Artem, Nev Lapwood here from Snowboard Addiction, giving you a video analysis on your backside 360s. I know you sent 3 clips through. I can only download one to our iPad app for the analysis. So in the future, if you put all 3 clips together into one clip, it'll make it easier for all 3. Anyway, the one I have here I think was the best of the 3. Let's watch them. You were going in with a backside 360, followed up with a backside 180. Now, if I give you a bit of a freeze frame, I'm going to give you some analysis on things that went well and things you could do better. First thing is you have a really nice entry path, light heel edge into a toe edge. Now, ideally, if you watch this toe edge right here, you're spinning a little bit too much, a little bit too early off the lip. So if you can see right now, the board is right about here. The board is straight. That would be like, if that was the end of the lip, that would be perfect, because that just gives you a nicer toe edge to be taken off, which is going to make you fly in a straight direction. So when you see you're actually taking off, you've already started that spin a little bit. Now that's not the biggest problem. It's still working for you fine. What I think the biggest problem is the amount of wind up you're using. And what I mean by that is if you watch as you ride in here, you've already started kind of your wind up here, and you're kind of holding it. So as you ride in, you're like holding. And then in the air, can you see how your upper body and lower body almost like goes against each other? So what I mean by that is like you're taking off the 3 and you're kind of like restricting yourself in the air by having your upper body rotating the wrong way. Now what's happening there is that's a bit of counter rotation in the air. And it generally happens because you've released that momentum too early and not together with your lower body. So one thing you can practice is at home, you can practice wind up, jump 360 and see if you can get that upper and lower body coming around together as much as possible. Wind up, release 360. Now, one thing you can also do is you can try and grab, as you release that 360, you can try to grab your pants, or you can try to grab the board. If you end up doing a 360 with a grab on the board, that locks the upper and lower body together. But if you're not ready for a 360, an actual grab here, just try and do it with your pants. So I'm going to kind of like hold my hands to the side after I release. I'm going to wind up, and then what I did is I put my hands on my side of my body. And why I did that is I want the upper and lower body to float around together and not become disjointed in the air. Now the disjointedness in the air, I think, is actually the biggest thing that is struggling on the 360, okay? Now, the pop's okay. You're getting a good height off the ground here. Now the landing's not perfect, but don't worry about that. The landing will come with time, with practice. Yes, you're landing a little bit heel edge heavy. I actually think if you take a bit more speed, it'll help you. Because you can see, right as you land, you're just hitting that knuckle. You're just hitting that knuckle. And if you went like 2 feet more, like a foot or 2 further, it will give you that little bit extra time in the air to bring that board all the way around back under you and land as much as possible with a flat base. As much as possible with a flat base, and even you could even go flat base and over to the toe edge if you wanted. But having that little bit extra time and that bit more speed will help get that 360 all the way around and help to get you landing it properly. And then with the backside 180, here we go off the back one. Could try to hold this blind landing position a little bit better. Right as you're landing, you're kind of flicking around that blind landing. If you really land and hold this position a little bit better, try to grip with your toe edge a tiny bit as you're riding away. That'll help you right away switch, which is what you want. Back one, land, grip with the toe edge, right away switch. All in all, this is actually looking good, Artem. Your 360 is looking good. It's going to get better with practice. Biggest thing for you is having that smooth upper body and lower body rotating at the same time. That's what you got to nail out next. And eventually, actually get it with a grab. You know, if you have a trampoline or a trampoline facility, practice it with the tramp board. Practice 360s, even just holding the sides of your pants, or practice them with grabs. That is going to make your 360s more stylish. Hope this helps. This is Nev Lapwood from Snowboard Addiction. Our goal is to improve your riding.